All right, today we're going to do a series on past predictions that already came true. What they tell us about the next shift, and I'm going to give you two things to do today. They're pretty profound that can shift you into a new golden era. Just these two things. So let's talk about these predictions. Throughout history, visionaries, mystics, prophets, they've shared glimpses of the future. Many of those predictions sounded impossible at the time, and yet some of them have already come true. From the visions of Nostradamus to ancient Mayan calendars, we've already talked about this, to channelers of the modern age, humanity has been warned, guided, and inspired by these prophecies. We're not talking about prophecies for the future that haven't come true yet. I'm talking about real stuff. But here's the question. If so many predictions aligned with real history, what does that mean for the prophecies about our time? And most importantly, are they set in stone or can we change the outcome? Well, we already know the answer to that, but we're going to talk more about how you can do it. I'm going to give you something powerful today. So today, we're going to explore the predictions that already happened and what they reveal about the next great shift humanity is entering right now. Nostradamus and historical fulfillment. Let's tackle that first. But first, welcome to Landria on YouTube, here to help you break through fears. Are you feeling anxiety, fear? You're in the right place. We're going to break through them. And I'm going to give you two things today that absolutely will completely change your life, take you into the quantum field on a much higher frequency and into the golden era. I'm serious about that. So hang with me. I'm going to reveal those upcoming here shortly. So let's start with Nostradamus, one of the most famous prophets of all time. Of course, he wrote in cryptic verses in the 16th century, and his quatrains have been studied for centuries, and we've gotten a lot of varying opinions on that. Historians and researchers point to some eerie accuracies. You want to hear them? The rise of Hitler was foreshadowed in his writings, even using the word hister, which some connect to the region around the Danube, but others believe was pointing to Hitler. The Great Fire of London in 1666. That's pretty accurate. The Great Fire, that was a big deal, right? Even references that may interpret as the dropping of the atomic bomb on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. So now skeptics will say these are just coincidences or loose interpretations. I guess we could all do that. I predict a tsunami, an earthquake, a volcano. Yeah. Oh, oops, I was off by a few months, but you're probably going to hit maybe, a small percentage of that at least, and you can claim, well, the rest, we were changing the future, and there's some truth to that. So coincidences and loose interpretations, that's fair, but here's the truth. Whether we take these prophecies literally or symbolically, the patterns are what matter. Patterns. Do you have them? We all have them in our life. Do you constantly have bad relationships or struggle financially or have health issues? And you seem like you're making changes, but it seems to be the same pattern over and over again. Oh, yeah, that's not just coincidence. That's you. So they often reveal cycles of destruction followed by rebirth, themes that repeat throughout history. Destruction, themes of rebirth. We're going through it. Yippee! Happy us. We got to participate in it. But I have to tell you, it's one of the most amazing times to be on this planet. So, Indigenous prophecies coming to life. Across the globe, Indigenous traditions also carry prophecies. The Hopi people, for instance, spoke of a time when the world would go through great purification. I like that word, right? They described the arrival of the Blue Star Kachina, a celestial sign marking the end of one world and the beginning of another. What's the Blue Star Kachina? We might have to look that up. Many connect this with modern astronomical events, or even with the technological and spiritual shifts we're seeing right now. So let me just mention that Chris Bledsoe, who's an ET experiencer, whether you believe him or not, he's predicting something for April of next year that was shared with him through a visitor, the Golden Lady, a Lady of Light, whatever you call it. And she said the red star, Regulus, when it shows over the Sphinx at dawn, a new era, the feminine era, will open up. And by the way, all of these predictions say once the gates are open, they cannot be closed. People who go through near-death experiences and they come back with abilities and they're channelers and whatever else is going on. They can play the piano perfectly. There's been a channel door. There's a door open. They cannot be closed. We're opening the door right now. It cannot be closed. So remember this. Whatever we do, it cannot be closed. So hang in there with me because we can do this. Let's talk about the Mayan calendar. Often misunderstood, wasn't predicting the end of the world in 2012. Instead, it marked the end of a great cycle and the start of a new one. Looking back, 2012 didn't bring apocalypse, but it did ignite a wave of global awakening. Did you notice that? Millions of people began questioning old systems, exploring spirituality, and feeling a call to higher consciousness. That is a prophecy fulfilled, not just the way Hollywood sold it to us. So I want to remind you, when we were opening up those channels, that was 13 years ago, almost 14 years ago, we were looking at spirituality very different. We were looking at law of attraction and can I manipulate this or praying to other things. And now we're realizing we are actually a part of that one perfect energy. It is within us. We don't have to ask for something separate. We can call in our assistance. Of course, we have all kinds of help, but now we realize we are that powerful. Let's talk about modern channelers and predictions. In more recent times, channelers and spiritual messengers like Edgar Cayce, known as the sleeping prophet, gave predictions that also aligned with reality. Boy, he was amazing. But if we listened to him, Florida would be underwater by now. Will it happen? Possibly. I don't know. We're working with Mother Earth. We do have control over some of these changes if we work with her. So we can actually control a lot of the devastation that has been predicted. Cayce foresaw global climate changes, earth shifts, and even the rise of technologies that sound like the internet. He also spoke about a time when humanity would face a choice: collapse under the weight of greed and division, or rise in a new golden age of consciousness. Hang in there with me. I'm going to show you how to do this. Just two things you have to do. Is it easy? I don't know. You'll get to see. Other modern spiritual voices, from Dolores Cannon's regressions to more recent channelings, echo the same things: a bifurcation of timelines where humanity collectively chooses which path to walk. And if you look around today, that choice feels very present, doesn't it? Now, if you saw my last video, an 82-year-old woman who was making art at an event that I went to, I saw this. And these are puzzle pieces, and at the bottom is a person. How fitting is this? Now, I want you to remember, every reality is a complete picture, and every one of us is a puzzle piece in that picture. So there's endless pictures, realities, and you get to choose which one you complete. It's not complete without you. If you do not choose destruction and chaos, then you're going to place your piece over in the golden era. But you have to be the piece that fits into that puzzle. So you get to go into the golden era. It doesn't mean we all go into one place. We get choice. But you are that important. The picture is not complete without you. You get to choose. Pretty cool, huh? I thought this was very fitting for our discussions. So what does this mean for us now? So let's pause. If so many predictions align with real world events, what do we do with the ones about our future? The ones that we're hearing, that we're all glued to YouTube and all these predictions. What's going to happen? And we find out they're not happening. We get our panties all in a bunch and then we all, wait a second. I was in anxiety. It's ridiculous because we actually control the future. But here's the truth. Prophecy isn't a fixed roadmap. It's a warning, a mirror, and sometimes even a potential timeline. The power is not in fear, it's in awareness. So if prophecies of destruction have come true in the past, they show us what happens when humanity ignores its lessons. Do we continue war? Do we continue division? Do we continue arguing? Do we continue saying they're wrong, they need to change for me because I think what I think is right? Nuh-uh. That's the old world. You don't want to put your puzzle piece in that, do you? Huh? A little chaotic over there. So think about it. We're living in a time of climate extremes, technological revolutions, and global unrest, but also an unprecedented spiritual awakening. And millions are questioning. That's the big one. Seeking and choosing to break free from old systems. This is prophecy in action, and we get to decide how it unfolds. So I'm going to give you the two before I have my closing statements that's going to tell you exactly what we can expect. And that is, If you do both of these things, you will live in a world of peace and congruency, one of acceptance and, yes, oneness. The first thing is stop caring what others think and believe about you. It's actually none of your business. Okay? Stop concerning yourself with what others think of you. Number one, you will live in peace when you say, I don't care what anybody thinks about me. That's how I live my life. I've got a new channel called Uncut with Landria. I'm just going to talk over there. Go check it out. What is it about? It's no BS channel. It's like, I'm going to talk, and this is what I think. And if you don't like it, I'm okay with that, right? Because I don't care what you think about me. I'm okay with me. So you have to be in that space. Here's number two. This might be tough for you. Stop concerning yourself with what others think. Uh-huh. Stop concerning yourself with what others think. Not about you, what others think. So some people are just like, oh, my family doesn't love me and people think I'm weird. I'm like, who cares? McFly. You're different. Whoop, come on, join digitalexplorers.net. We're building conscious businesses, right? Visionaries, change makers. They're all weirdos. Those are my peeps. Those are the people that are billionaires, right? They are. So stop worrying about that, but you have to be on the other end and stop concerning yourself with what others do, because then you're the person who you don't like pointing fingers at you. Stop being that person and stop worrying about that person. So end the they need to, you must, you're wrong. Just say, huh, interesting. I see. And you can state your opinion. Do you really need to? So you get to the point where you don't care, to the point where you're going to change your whole reality. You're going to go into a golden era because nobody even cares to argue. What's to argue about? We celebrate our diversity and we don't have to hang out with that. If you think one thing, there are people that love that, allow that. And then there are others that have something completely different that others might disapprove of. But who cares? And you don't want to disapprove because then you will become one of them and you are in the basement dweller, stinky, dark. They're all clawing and crawling all over each other. Get up to the penthouse. It's beautiful up there. People welcome the diversity. They welcome how different we look, our backgrounds, what we think and feel. But when you go into the penthouse, you want to contribute in a positive way and you realize I can think differently without having to impose it on somebody else. You do those two things, your entire life will change. Think about it. Your unhappiness really revolves around you being unhappy about other situations, what other people are doing, what they think of you. And then when you don't care, you'll make different decisions in your life. You'll go get the better job. You'll get the better relationship because you don't care what that person thinks anymore, right? You're not going to blame them. You're going to stop blaming them. Oh, you're this, you're the problem, you're the narcissist, everybody's a narcissist. What about you? What are you hanging out with them for? Okay? Let's take responsibility. I'm telling you right now, if you do those two things, you got to catch yourself all day long doing this. It's not going to be easy. Yeah. It's going to be really interesting to see what happens. And then you'll realize, I just went into another space. I went into that space where my puzzle piece is going to look beautiful. Yeah. And I'm going to be a part of that new era, that golden, beautiful era. I'm going to fit right in. And everybody's going to cheer because they can't do it without my piece. Now, if you want to be in the other chaotic one, they can't destroy everything without you over there, too. But you get to choose which path. So get busy on that. So the real question isn't, will the prophecy come true? The question is, which prophecy are we feeding, right? So history shows us that predictions can align with reality, but they don't control us, they guide us. Right now, we're shaping the next chapter of humanity. You're going to keep hearing me saying, we're creating it, we're creating it. I'm hoping it's going to get through, right? I guess we're really creating it. Will we repeat the collapse of past civilizations or step in the higher consciousness that so many mystics, shamans, and channelers have envisioned? What? They're seeing that final puzzle. Some are seeing this and some are seeing this. And wherever we place our attention to is which one they're going to see, which one we create. But by the way, both exist. So here's the other thing. It's just not one. All right. And whoever's envisioning this does contribute to what it is they envision, right? Their own energy field contributes to what they see. Yeah, that's not separate from them. So don't put too much stock into any of these predictions. The choice is being made every single day by you, by me, by all of us. So if you're ready to keep exploring these mysteries and uncovering the deeper truths about humanity's future, make sure you subscribe and join me for the next video, because together we're not just witnessing prophecy, we're writing the future. So I hope you'll subscribe and take a look at my channels, Chic Sustainability and Uncut with Landria. Today's video that I shot was about why ETs are not a threat to this planet, to humanity at all. I actually sort of prove it. So those channels are listed down at the bottom, and I hope you come visit me there. Come on back. I'm going to talk more about the prophecies that have come true and more good stuff that's going to be maybe a few things you haven't heard. I'll see you in the next video, because you're whole and perfect, strong and powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. That's from the Master Key System. Words are powerful. Just remember that. Namaste.